Hello friends, today I am sharing the story on how we changed our eating habits, and this started back in July 2024. I know a lot of you who regularly watch my channel have noticed that I have lost some weight, so I thought I would give you the story behind what has changed and what led to me losing that weight. It all started when I wanted to have less packaged and processed foods in our daily eating, and I decided to look into a better way to make things from home using whole food ingredients. I need to go back in time a little bit to let you know that we have been eating plant-based for 7 years, but we never ate whole food plant-based. So I started researching that and I jumped right in and started eating that way. This is what I got from the store: 4 things of unsweetened almond milk, big thing of carrots, a bunch of broccoli, ton of broccoli, long onions. This is the instant coffee we drink, but we are switching now, for now, to the pressed coffee, and this is way cheaper. I'm not sure if it'll go as far as this does, but we'll see. A head of cauliflower, 2 huge bunches of bananas, a whole thing of mushrooms, 2 jars of unsweetened applesauce, and some pears, bell peppers, cucumber, English cucumber, some zucchini, some sweet onions. We had to buy cilantro because we've run out of our cilantro growing in the garden, and we've planted some and it hasn't grown yet. So, and also I need to find my reusable bags. I don't know where they are, but I want to find those because I try not to use these plastic bags. Then we have 2 things of tofu and 4 things of vegetable broth. And one of my goals is to get off of this type of pre-made creamer, so I'm going to be trying out making my own creamer from scratch. Hopefully more and more of this type of stuff will disappear from our fridge and more homemade things will appear out of nowhere. So as I tell you this story, you're going to see some very typical meals that we make throughout the day. Could be lunch, could be dinner. And one thing that I did end up doing is cutting out that creamer because it was highly processed and had a lot of sugar. And I just ended up going to the unsweetened almond milk, and I use a frother, and it actually tastes perfectly fine with our coffee. It took some getting used to, but I actually really like it. Now here's a little snack. Some fresh cut carrots for when we're ready for something to eat. Now I'm gonna cut these up for dinner tonight. Now I'm gonna dump this in our compost bin. 2 different sweet potatoes, and I'm gonna do 3 regular potatoes. The definition of a whole food plant-based diet is based on the following principles: whole foods, natural foods that are not highly processed. That means whole, unrefined, or minimally refined ingredients. Plant food means food that comes from plants and is free of animal ingredients such as meat, milk, eggs, or honey. So that is the definition that you will find online. And of course, with all these things, you can customize it to work for you. That's what we have done. Essentially, what I did was I cut out as much pre-packaged and processed foods as possible. I would say about 99%. And we focused on making everything from scratch with vegetables, lentils, tofu, tempeh, all different things that actually taste really good. And I was surprised by how much changed from that. And I will get to that in a second, but honestly, I was not looking to lose weight. I was just looking to cut out the processed stuff, like I said. And the weight loss was an excellent side effect, of course. And I didn't even weigh myself all that often. It was maybe once a month, and I would just be surprised that I was continually dropping weight, and I did not exercise any more than I ever did before, which was pretty much no exercise besides walking my kids to school. school and doing the bare minimum around our house here. So honestly, it was all from how we changed what we were eating. You may be questioning what was so terrible about what I was previously eating, and I actually don't think it was that bad, but it was surprising how much sugar, salt, and oil and fat were in some of the things I was eating. Even having a few Oreos after dinner or having a bowl of tortilla chips before a meal or as a snack, having French fries with our, meal. Yeah, it's a potato, but it's fried in oil, which is fattening. And so just all of those things combined, and we were also eating a lot of the fake meats that are out there, and I have nothing wrong with those, but the thing is they are processed, and when I started looking at the ingredients, they had a lot of fat in them, a lot of sugar, salt. By cutting all of that out, I started to feel better right away. It was very interesting, and I did write down my weight. This was the only thing I really tracked. But I started out at 152 in July. By August, I weighed 146. By September, I weighed 142. By the end of September, I weighed 138. By October, I weighed 136. And by December, I weighed 131, which is absolutely shocking to me. 131 pounds is how much I weigh normally before I had kids. And I would get pregnant, gain weight, and then I would usually go back down to that weight. But with my third pregnancy, I stuck at the 150 pounds for 2 years. And I never tried to diet. I didn't try to work out, nothing. I tried to just live my normal life. So I was really surprised by just making these small tweaks to our diet and way of eating that we were able to drop weight. My husband dropped weight as well. He's on a different kind of plan because he is trying to gain muscle. So it's less about how much he weighs because he's gaining the muscle. So it's kind of a trade-off. But I would like to gain muscle eventually as well. That's kind of my goal for next year, is to just work out a little bit more. Of course, everything I do, I like to make it a lifestyle. This is not a diet for us. This is a way of eating for the rest of our lives in my mind. And I will link a whole bunch of information down below in the description box in case you want to learn more about this. There are books about this. There are YouTube channels on how to make recipes that are plant-based and whole food. So I will have everything linked down below. Some of the amazing side effects that are great besides losing weight are I don't have cravings for sugar anymore or salt or fatty type foods. That is completely gone. I guess because I've cut the sugar out completely, the cravings just are not there anymore. I find that when I do want to make something sweet for the kids or for all of us to enjoy once in a while, of course you can still have sweets. I try to make something with a natural sugar that's very low in sugar and low in fat. I don't cook with oil anymore, so I use applesauce in baking instead of oil. And when I'm cooking anything, I just use water. I do not use oil to cook anything anymore. The only occasion I will use oil is if I need to grease a muffin tin or something like that. Another amazing benefit is that we are saving a lot of money. I was absolutely shocked when we started eating this way, and my grocery bill was half of what it used to cost because all of that pre-packaged food is so expensive. Chips alone are really expensive, and we were going through tons of bags of chips. And I do need to mention that my kids are not really eating this way. They will eat some of what we eat and some of the meals they love, but other things are just too spicy for them. And of course, kids with vegetables, it's kind of a battle sometimes. So we do vary what they eat a little bit more. But here I'm making tofu burritos with some beans and broccoli on the side, and this is super yummy. Okay, we got tofu burrito and a big pile of vegetables. Okay, have I convinced everyone to start eating this way yet? This is what Grant's doing with his. Whoa. That's the big daddy meal right there.
You gotta eat more, right?
Wow. Here is a side-by-side from July on the left and from December on the right. So you can really see the difference if you're interested, or if you're new to my channel and you're like, I have no idea what you looked like before. And of course, a lot of people might not even notice because it's just a subtle change, but a lot of people have commented, what are you doing differently? You know, what has changed? So I just wanted to come out and share my story of what I changed, and I am way happier eating this way. There's a few other things that have made me so happy about this, and it's forcing me to cook and try different recipes and get creative in the kitchen and try to work with my husband in the kitchen and my kids. And so yeah, there's some changes going on, and I'll probably be sharing more of, what we eat in a week on this channel because I just am really enjoying it. This is a delicious lentil soup recipe that my mom found, and someone had suggested for us to try it out using orange lentils, and we did, and it was delicious. So thank you for all your suggestions. I know one fear people have of eating this way is that they won't get enough protein, but my husband's done a lot of research on that. And again, I have all the information down below in case you are interested in looking into this, but we eat a lot of lentils, tofu, tempeh, beans and nuts, all sorts of ways to get protein. We also take vitamins and all that good stuff to, make sure all our bases are covered. But overall, this has been an excellent change for us. We're still learning. We are not perfect. Nothing is, perfectly set in stone here, but it's a fun learning process, and I'm really enjoying eating this way. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you're new here, you can hit the subscribe button to join my channel. And as you can see, we try to make it fun. We're dancing as we are cooking. Okay, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.